Dear students, today I will teach you a new chapter from Vistas, Journey to the End of the Earth by Tisani Doshi. Tisani Doshi was a South Indian writer. He got an opportunity to go to Antarctica on an expedition with a group of students, and he got the opportunity of seeing Antarctica from the very near. So he shares his experiences with us. This chapter is his personal experience. He begins with this: if you want to know about the past, present and future of the earth, Antarctica is the right place to go to. Bon voyage, it is a French phrase which means wish you good journey. How did he begin his journey? He boarded Russian research vessel. Name was Academic Sokolovsky. He went towards the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world. What is Antarctica called? Coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world. Antarctica is a continent. There are 7 continents in the world. And his journey began from 13.09 degrees north of the equator in Madras, and he traveled crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water, and as many ecospheres, different types of environments, different types of ecosystem, passing through different places. So bodies of water, ocean, seas, 9 time zones. There are several. The world is divided into several time zones. So before reaching to Antarctica, he had to pass through all these things. When he reached Antarctica, he had traveled almost 100 hours, and with different means of transportation: car, aeroplane, ship. And how did he feel? What was his first emotion? Seeing the expansive white landscape and uninterrupted blue horizon. What was his first emotion? He got relief when he found wide area surrounded by snow all around, complete silence, no disturbance. He got relief. He relaxed. He got comfort. And it was followed by immediate and profound wonder. Means he wondered just after this. He started wondering. He started thinking. What was the cause of the wonder? Its immensity, its largeness, its vastness, its isolation. Isolation means loneliness. Immensity and isolation. So learn vocabulary also. Very beautiful vocabulary is used by the writer here. And he wondered how there could ever have been a time when India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. Means India and Antarctica were part of the same landmass. He realized that how could ever have been this. Today India and Antarctica are separate places, but earlier India and Antarctica belonged to the same part. They were the part of the same landmass. Now part of the history, 650 million years ago, there was a giant amalgamated, means combined, southern supercontinent. There was a big supercontinent. A super means big, very large supercontinent, Gondwana. What was its name? Gondwana. And it was centered roughly around the present day Antarctica, where Antarctica is situated. It was here. That time things were quite different. It was not like that as it is today. Humans had not arrived on the global scene. Means it is before the origin of the human beings on the earth. So man has not appeared on the earth. So it was quite different. and the climate was much warmer. That time the climate of the Antarctica was very warm, and huge variety of flora and fauna was there. For 500 million years, Gondwana thrived, means flourished. Flourished means it became rich with flora and fauna. But around the time when dinosaurs were wiped out, means disappeared, the age of mammals got underway. Mammals, those who feed their babies with milk, such animals and came into existence. The land mass was forced to separate into countries, and that time the Gondwana land, the supercontinent, divided into countries and shaping the globe much as we know it today. And today there are several countries which are the part of the same landmass, Gondwana land. To visit Antarctica, now be the part of that history, and it is the place from where we can know where we have come from and where we could possibly be heading, where we are going to. Heading means going to. And we can understand the significance of the Cordilleran folds, means mountain ranges, and about the Precambrian granite seals, about the low level lands, ozone and carbon evolution. We can understand about these things, its evolution and its extinction, its depletion. We can understand about these things. If you want to understand about the Cordilleran folds and Precambrian granite seals, about ozones and carbon evolution and extinction, Antarctica is the right place to visit. When we think how this can happen in millions of years, it, it gets pretty mind-boggling. It is very disturbing to us. It puzzles us when we imagine about this thing. Because of the breaking of the supercontinent, India pushing northwards, jamming against Asia to buckle its crust and form the Himalayas, Southern America drifting off to join North America, opening up the Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current. Means it was the result of the division of this huge landmass that these countries were formed, continents were formed, and opening of Drake Passage to create a cold circumpolar current. It is cold current, cold water body keeping Antarctica frigid. So it keeps Antarctica cold, very cold, frigid, desolate, deserted, lonely at the bottom of the world. As I told you that Antarctica is the most southern part of the earth, so it is at the bottom of the earth. Now you can understand the situation of the writer. He belonged to South India, where there is too much sunshine, very hot. He went to Antarctica and he spent there 2 weeks in a place where 90% of the Earth's total ice volumes are stored. It's a chilling prospect. If one, it seems as if somebody has gone to the very chilled place. So only thinking and imagining about this kind of place, one can start shivering. So it was a chilling prospect, not just for circulatory and metabolic functions, but also for the imagination. Means, of course, it is the uh, change of the temperature and our body functions can be disturbed. Circulatory and metabolic functions can be disturbed going to such places. So not only for that, but even we imagine if somebody says to us that we will be sent to such a place, we would start feeling fear. And it was walking on the Antarctica was like giant ping pong walking into a giant is very large, ping pong ball with bouncing ball like going walking on Antarctica. It was his experience. And what are other experiences? It was devoid of any human markers, means very nobody has disturbed Antarctica. There is no presence of human being, no trees, billboards, buildings, signboards like in our planet Earth. Uh, in our country, there are several countries, several places, but Antarctica is quite different from these. No trees, no billboards, signboards. Actually, when we reached Antarctica, we lost earthly sense. We realize as if we are not on the earth, and we forget the perspective of the earth and time here. We forget the time. We have no sense of the earthly feelings because the visual scale ranges from the microscopic to the mighty, means you can see from the smallest to the largest place from standing at one place because there is no barrier in between. Midges and mites to blue whales, from the very small insects to the very large animals, and icebergs as big as countries. Large icebergs can be seen there. Largest recorded was the size of Belgium. Belgium is the name of a country, and the writer says that in the history of the world that one landmass, one iceberg was of such largeness that one country like Belgium can be measured with it. So days go on and on and on in a surreal 24-hour austral summer light. Surreal means unusual, bizarre. 24-hour austral summer light. Actually, 24-hour summer light. Austral southern. There is total means sunshine for 24 hours and a ubiquitous silence. Universal, ubiquitous omnipresence, complete silence, interrupted only by the occasional avalanche or calving ice sheet consecrates the place. Means the place is disturbed only by the breaking of the ice sheets and occasional avalanche. The snow slide consecrates the place. It makes it sacred. It makes it pure. It it is an immersion that will force you to place yourself in the context. Immersion, submerge, context of the Earth's geological history. For humans, the prognosis is not good, and breaking of the ice and uh, breaking of the icebergs and snow slide is not a good sign for human being. It is not forecasting good future. Prognosis, forecast, telling future. Human impact. Now what happened because of the presence of the human on the earth? Although human civilization have been around for a paltry miss very little, 12,000 years, which is merely which is barely only few seconds on the geological clock. So in the geological clock, these many years are barely a few seconds. That short amount of time, we have created ruckus, we have created a commotion on this earth, we have disturbed this earth too much. We have we have created our dominance on the nature, our villages, towns, cities, mega cities, and human population has increased too much, and now we are battling for limited resources. We have exploited these natural resources too much, and we are battling for the resources now. And the unmitigated burning of the fossil fuels, we have used it unlimitedly without any limitation, now created a blanket of carbon dioxide around the world, which is slowly but surely increasing the average global temperature and resulted in global temperature. Means we are responsible for it. Human beings are responsible for the increase in the temperature of the earth. So climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our time. This is very important topic of today. It is global issue, climate change. Now the question arises there. There are so many questions. Will the West Antarctic ice sheet melt entirely because of the heat? Will the Gulf Stream ocean current be disturbed? Will it be the end of the world as we know it? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate. Antarctica is very important. Uh, the issue of Antarctica will also be discussed whenever the issue of climate change is discussed. Not just because it is the only place in the world which has never sustained a human population and therefore remains relatively pristine. Pristine means original, without being disturbed, very new, and it has never been encroached by the human population, but more importantly because it holds its ice cores, half billion years old carbon records trapped in its layers of ice. The importance of Antarctica is because of its holding the carbon records, half million year old carbon records trapped in its layers of ice. And if you want to study and examine the Earth's past, present, and future, Antarctica is the place to go. These carbon records are very helpful in understanding the past, present, and future of the